that we just bring out multiple sources because a lot of people don't believe when we say we the people of the book.
Right.
So we're showing you that 3 different scholars already letting you know that we don't descend from the same people that Africans descend from. So then the question got to be, who do you descend from? This is a lot of times when we hear black people sold black people, we don't ever ask the question, were they the same black people? So like I'm gonna show you 3 different sources real quick, and then I'm gonna show you in the Bible. So get the ham right here. For that, read the cover and get the definition of ham.
This is called the Catholic Living Bible, The Way. It says Ham. Ham is the ancestor of the Canaanites. Ham was not the ancestor of the Negroes.
So Ham is the ancestor of the Canaanites, but not the Negroes. Let you know it's two different people there. So watch this right here, get that. Just to show you that the scholars, all the scholars know this, but this is something that's not taught to us. Because a lot of times if you go into a church, they're going to teach you that you're a descendant of Ham.
Right.
But watch what the scholars say.
The Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
So you see that? So he's a progenitor of the dark races, not the Negro. That's us. But watch this.
But the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
So it's letting you know there's a difference between Africans and Negroes. So now we got one more book. Read the title of that book.
This is Young's Compact Bible Dictionary. Ham, a son of Noah and father of Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. While they may have all been dark-skinned, they were not the forefathers of the Negroid races.
See that? So that we just bring out multiple sources because a lot of people don't believe when we say we the people of the book.
Right.
So we're showing you that 3 different scholars already letting you know that we don't descend from the same people that Africans descend from. So then the question got to be, who do you descend from? That should be the question.
Right.
Okay, so the way we find that out is in the Bible. So like when you go into the museum,
Okay.
what you're going to see is curses that were laid out in the Bible by Moses. So that's what the whole museum is about. So we're going to show you Deuteronomy 28:1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So this is what Moses was telling the Israelites in the wilderness. He said, if you listen to God, watch this right here.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So the Israelites were made to rule the world, only if they kept the commandments. So now on the flip side, let's read that.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So now if you didn't listen to God, curses will happen to you. So a curse is good or bad? Bad. Okay, so read verse 32.
Verse 32.
Let me see the flyer. Got the flyer down there. Verse 32. Read that.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So on the flyer, we got an example of verse 32. Your sons and daughters being given unto another people. Keep reading.
And thine eyes shall look and fare with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Meaning that once you were sold, you didn't have the might to get your kids back. Like you ever see the movie 12 Years a Slave? Where the lady, her 2 kids got sold and she cried her eyes out until she basically died.
Right.
So go to verse 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies,
Because we didn't want to serve God, God said you have to serve your enemies. Well, watch this.
which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger
For your food,
and in thirst
for your drink.
and in nakedness and in want of all things.
So like even the African American Museum, that is given to us by Bill and Melinda Gates when you go in there. So it's letting you know that we will no longer be able to provide for ourselves. That everything that we would get as a people would have to come from another people. You understand that? So like if you look at what happened with Kanye West, he has a name, but does he own the textiles and the distribution and he don't own any of that. So he's just a name. You understand? He don't really control his resources like that. Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee.
To let you know that these nations will put yokes of iron upon our neck until we've been destroyed. So now we don't know who we are as a people. We say we African Americans, we black, different things. But who are we as a people? We're the Israelites. So jump to verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Hold on. So God is going to bring us back into Egypt. So now this is not talking about the land. It's talking about spiritual Egypt. So go to Revelations 11 and 8. And then I want you to look. What do you see over top of the African American Museum?
George Washington Monument.
The monument. So where else can we see something like that?
Well, there's one in Baltimore. There's one here, obviously.
But I'm talking about like what country, like what other nations did we see that? Who started those? The Egyptians started that. So watch this right here.
The book of Revelations, chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the
That's
street.
talking about the Israelites. Dead bodies shall lie in the street. That's talking about spiritual death, not physical death. Watch this.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city,
The great city is America.
which spiritually is called Sodom
It's spiritually called Sodom. Why? Because they push homosexuality.
and Egypt,
And Egypt, because the Israelites served in bondage here just like they did in Egypt.
where
Understand?
also our Lord was crucified.
Okay, so now go back to Deuteronomy 28. So now this is the point. Deuteronomy 28:68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
Egypt meaning slavery or bondage.
again with ships.
So how did we get to America? On ships. So God has let the Israelites know that the greatest and final curse that would happen to you is you would go into slavery on ships. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So we wouldn't see our homeland again. Watch this.
And there
And there, when you got to those destinations, whether it be America or the Caribbeans or wherever,
and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
we sold to the other nations. So when we got off those ships, no matter where we landed at, we got sold to the other nations.
For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So that's what happened to us. The reason why it happened to us is because we disobeyed God's commandments.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation